In high school, I was labeled a D student because I didn't really attend school. Nothing about high school entertained me besides family studies and gym. I was 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 years old in high school. My parents didn't think I would ever be serious about school, and I don't blame them. I never studied. I remember thinking, why do I have to be in school? Why am I learning this? I'll never use this again. I went to work for 6 months in a mall, and my mom said, Nikki, it's time for you to go to school. So she registered me for early childhood education. I was 19 years old, graduated George Brown eventually as a C student. Didn't meet the standards for an A student all my schooling so far, so I wasn't surprised with the C. Didn't think I'd ever become a teacher, which was my dream. I remember thinking throughout this part of school, I wish I was working. However, I did love the 7-week placements. I loved to practice to see what it was like in the real world when I would be finished. After graduation day, I became a supervisor of a childcare. I needed that hands-on experience in order to grow. The following year, I decided to apply to Ryerson. Ryerson denied me into the B program because I wasn't good enough. My marks deemed me as not being good enough. I remember thinking, who gets to decide if I'm good enough or not good enough? Why do my grades dictate my future? Since I was denied by Ryerson, I decided to apply to York. York, however, didn't accept me to third year, but accepted me to first year, and I was okay with that. I was taking one relevant course to my degree, and the rest were random electives that I didn't really care for. I dropped out of York University the next year because I wasn't doing something that interested me. I remember thinking, why do I have so many electives? Why is there only one required course for my major this year? Why am I sitting in a lecture with 500 students? Does the professor care about us at all? Do they know who I am? Why are they so unapproachable? Tutorials, yeah, they were smaller and TAs looked, unhappy. I guess they had a lot of marking to do. Are they prepared to be tutorial leaders? I heard they don't really care about students and have to give a certain amount of A's, B's, and C's. Boy, I could care less about these courses that I chose. They only fit my schedule. That's why I chose them. Linguistics, D. Astronomy, D. Sociology, B+. Media, B. Acting, A. My grades were all over the place. After dropping out, I decided to go to get my Bachelor of Arts at Seneca. Program was specialized and focused. All courses connected to one another. Everyone said, you won't get into teacher's college because you're doing a degree at a college. First day of class. Amazing, and I knew I was in the right place. This is exactly what I was interested in. I knew and felt confident that I would do great. I wondered, well, this is a college degree. Will it take me anywhere? I hope it will. As if we were the first graduates, so we never really knew. First year, 3.95 out of 4 GPA. Classroom sizes were small. We were still sitting in rows. We were learning about Dewey, Vygotsky, Freire. We had student-negotiated courses, self-chosen placements. My professors all knew me by name. To hell with traditional style teaching and learning. My hardest classes were those where the teachers posed real-life problems in the field of ECE. We had to find solutions. We got to play the role of service providers, consultants, educators, and interventionists. We had lots of guest speakers, and I loved them all. Some classes were all discussion-based, and some, slightly traditional. It was an old campus, which meant old furniture, but we made it work. I was so happy, and I was so proud, and I loved learning for the first time. I had to take this degree to go to teacher's college, but I enjoyed every minute of it. I was connected with a variety of organizations, and one professor inspired me to follow her footsteps to do grad school and to become a professor. She believed in me, so I believed in me. I applied to 5 teacher education programs the following year, and I was accepted to 4. Graduated U of T OIC, teacher education program. Why didn't they think I was good enough to become a teacher? Were the grades I received before an accurate reflection of who I was? Who said there was one way to succeed? Who said you have to go to university to become a teacher? Although it was very hands-on of a program, it didn't prepare me enough for real-life problems as a teacher. But I had to take this program to become a teacher, and I really didn't learn anything new from my previous schooling. 2013, I applied to Ryerson. 2012, I applied to Ryerson Master's Program. Coroner labeled me a B student, and I was denied because I was a B student, and I was entertained to apply the following year. I had one B in my whole BA program. You didn't accept me, Ryerson, and I'm happy you didn't, because if you accepted me, I wouldn't have chosen you. 2013, I applied to York. Got that big envelope in the mail. First assignment received back, C+. The highly respected professor laughed at my work, literally. I walked away, thought about dropping out. Next day, another professor returned my assignment. Got an A+. She said to me, Nikki, you should do your PhD. A few weeks later, my MEd supervisor said, apply to your PhD. You'll get in. Graduated almost with all AA+. Told my last master's class professor that I was not engaged and needed hands-on learning. She gave me a B. I was never so excited to learn. The classes were small, 10 to 20 students, all very passionate. Students were different ages, different cultures from all around the world. Tables in the classroom were round, we could discuss. I was inspired by wonderful women professors with extensive knowledge and experience. Mainly the classrooms were discussion-based, besides the older traditional teachers who really needed to retire. They may be very knowledgeable and great with research, but how are they instructors? They go against all that research says. I picked courses that I was passionate about and I knew that I would be successful in. I picked classes that related to my experience and what I loved to learn about. I loved being a TA, but shouldn't I have training? When education is free, there's a lot less stress. I was proud to be chosen to be here, and I was in that program because I never thought I'd get there. I was there, and I was happy, and I wanted to learn. I applied to that PhD program, got that big envelope in the mail, accepted. Just finished my 2 last presentations ever. Received A+ on both. Remember that mandatory seminar. Took me over a year to complete. Huge anxiety and depression. Why do I have to take this course? How did it prepare me at all for my dissertation or for my career? Got to work with excellent professors, those who had hands-on experience and training that were not mainly researchers. I realized as a TA that some part-time professors are not trained. Why? Why do elementary and high school teachers have to be trained and not post-secondary? I'm a great learner because I'm ready to learn. I'm here today because I want to be, and because I have to in order to become a full-time professor too. Why am I saying all this? As young adults, we have to make decisions for our future. We have to be good students to get into good programs in university to get good jobs. But when you're 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 years old, nothing really matters. Marks don't matter. We label students or categorize them based on their marks because that's what we're told to do. However, this is so damaging. For me, when I was mature enough, generally, I did well in school. When it was based on my interest, I did well. When I was passionate about what I was learning about, I did well. And I studied well. I never thought I'd be finishing my second year of my PhD program today. It wasn't my dream at 17, 18, 19, or even 20. How could I have possibly had dreams back then when I was more concerned about socializing with friends or watching movies? When I was a teen, I didn't think I'd be successful. I had no dreams or ideas about my future. My passion for learning and faith in myself got me where I am academically today. One professor changed me in 2009. She had faith in me. She inspired me. She gave me feedback that changed my life. Some of us take short paths, some long. Others don't even take academic paths and do exceptionally well. Some of us don't mature quickly, and some of us mature slowly. We can't judge. We can't assume. You never know. You really never know. I'm a month shy of my 30th birthday. Never would I have dreamt to be here today. I don't know where my career will take me. I don't know when my learning obsession will stop. But I'm ready. Bring it on, future.